Well, y'all saw my video. Pastor Dowell came by the house for a little while. Good times. And I didn't even think about this, but this just proves my video response the other day when I told you that he had a sister there, younger lady, whatever, that was part of the congregation. He said, Pastor Dowell, can I ask you a question? What do you think about me, wearing a two-piece bikini to the beach or the lake or whatever, wherever they go? And he said, well, the Bible teaches that your body, of course, the parts that are going to be sticking out are meant for your husband and your husband only. He said, would you put on panties and bra to, greet your guests at your house and walk around your house? It's kind of the same thing, two-piece bathing suits, basically. So, and he says, that's just, coming from a preacher or a pastor, that's, that's his take on it. That's what the Bible says. So naturally, you ask a pastor, what does he think about something? Now he's going to go quote scripture. And as I said, it doesn't mean he's saying, well, if you go do that, don't come back to this church. He just gave her, she wanted his opinion, he gave it to her. Oh, I'm not coming back. So I guess she left and that was it. She's pissed off. She didn't like his answer. So I did the video response, basically saying, why would you ask him for his opinion? If you ask your friend for an opinion and they didn't say something you like, you're just gonna leave them? I don't like you anymore. We're not friends anymore. Really? After you came to them and asked them for their advice in the first place? For God's sakes. So this brother, Dowell, and his wife, Sister Carol, come over to my house. I'm not even thinking about it, but I got a Christmas tree sitting in the corner, decorated up, presents right there on it, or right to the side of it on the wall. They're not exactly under it, but they're right next to it on the wall. We just stacked them on the side, but it's practically under the tree. The whole 9 yards. Got lights, again, ornaments, the whole 9 yards. So my little almost 3-year-old about a week ago threw up right on the side of our couch, which it's like that, it's a leather couch, I think, so on the side, not I think, it is, whatever, but it's not, it can't, you just wipe it off, throw up will come off, but the carpet got the bulk of it, so naturally there's a nasty throw up smell. Cleaned it, put alcohol, everything we could think of trying to clean it. There's still a little bit of a stench. So then about 3 days ago now, one of my 5-year-olds, I guess they had some kind of little stomach bug, I'm not sure, because they both did the same thing. Although the other twin didn't get anything, my wife and I, we didn't get anything. But anyway, so she throws up, not in the same spot, but about 2 feet away, in front of the couch, this time instead of on the side. And we do the same thing, let's clean it, and just clean as much as you want, spray it with stuff. There's still a little bit of a smell sometimes that just, as you walk by, or, maybe you're sitting there, you just get a little whiff of a little bit of throw up smell and it goes away. Of course I got a nose like a bloodhound, but I didn't want him sitting over on that side, or his wife, just in case that smell came up again. So I said, I told him, one of my kids threw up here a couple days ago right there. Why don't you, either one of you can sit on the other end of the couch, and then there's a recliner over there right next to the Christmas tree that, one or the other of you can sit in if you'd like. And then they're sitting there and we're talking for a little bit, and I was like, and then it dawned on me, oh my God, there's my Christmas tree. They don't celebrate that or nothing. And I said, oh man, I forgot about the whole Christmas tree thing, man. I got you sitting right next to it, both of you. You okay, or does it bother you? I don't want to make you uncomfortable or anything. I was like, it's a fake tree, I'll pick it, there's not even the presents aren't under, I'll just grab it and move it. No, man, no, no, that's fine, no, don't even worry about it. So I was like, okay, all right. Now, notice how that went down. And notice how he didn't say, oh man, yeah, I mean, that Christmas tree, we can't come over, brother. We can't come over. You got a Christmas tree in the house, man. We can only stay a few minutes because that Christmas tree is really bothering me. He stayed as long as they had to stay because they had a dinner engagement with some other people. And he already told me when that was. It's about 2 hours. So he's basically stayed there almost 2 hours. And we talked and everything. Matter of fact, it may have been right at 2 hours, whatever. Talked, did a video together. His wife's out there. We all talked. Talked to my, you know, talking to the kids, the wife. His wife was talking to my wife while we were in there doing the video, that whole thing. He left. We all gave each other hugs again, you know, handshakes, the whole 9 yards. Everything's cool. He doesn't practice that, but it's not like because he came in contact with one of his friends and brothers, me, brother, you know, if you want to listen to me and be part of Straightway and this and that, and you know, you got to get rid of that Christmas tree. No, never once did that come out of that man's mouth. And here I was just talking to him, and it didn't even dawn on me at first. And I was like, oh crap. And I was looking over at his wife, talking for a second. I was like, oh shoot, she's like within arms, you know, 2 feet away from my Christmas tree. Pastor Dow was about 4 feet away from my Christmas tree. You know, I didn't want to offend him. It's all, you know, I thought, oh man, I'm moving. I don't want to offend you or make you feel uncomfortable. You know, I know you don't practice that stuff, and I don't want to. And that was before my wife and kids had showed up, because they were at the dog park with the with our little dog we got. So that's the bottom line. Why, you know, people, there's so much more to be concerned with right now. So much more to be concerned with right now. These bozos in Europe, oh, we're gonna get together on Thursday and Friday of this week. We've got to have a big plan. You know, we need big reworking of the Euro strategy and you know, the European Union. And Merkel's quoted as saying, well, you know, this process is going to take, this is going to be something that takes years, not, you know, quickly. And she's right. And of course, markets are going to look at that and say, oh, well, oh, okay, yeah, well, we'll have optimism because we need something to fake rally on. We'll just let her say that. So, Thursday, Friday, again, we have, let's see, today's the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Yeah, 9th is Friday, so 8th and 9th, which is interesting because the webbot talks about a period which started technically on the 2nd or 3rd of December and ends around the 8th or 9th, or is it the 10th? Somewhere around there, 8th or 9th, of an interesting period to watch. Anything could happen. Europe could go. War, Iran, something, you know, could happen. And of course, I know y'all saw the headline yesterday. Iran shoots down U.S. drone that went over its border. And then I read the, you know, a few minutes later, read it from another site, it may have even been CNN. Iranians allegedly took control, remote control of the drone after it entered their airspace and safely landed it with very minimal damage somewhere wherever they wanted to land it. So naturally, you would think, what do you mean they took control of it? Isn't that stuff like, you know, secure, encrypted connections to that thing, wireless connections to that thing, or satellite, whatever it works off of? And the answer is, yeah, that's right. Of course, it's ancient technology now, because if you recall, about 2 years ago, I think it was either Afghanistan or Iraqi people, citizens, were able to watch the live stream video of one of the drones in the area, because it used some ancient technology from the 90s to encrypt the video signal, which nowadays is a joke, I guess. And, you know, let's not change the technology on these things. Let's leave it, you know, 15, 20 years old. That sounds good. And at the same time, there was another story that mentioned, oh, remember when the Pentagon or the Air Force base that controls these drones, most of them, got hacked, and there was some spyware on one of the computers, and they said it wasn't key logging, it didn't log the keystrokes, but it did log passwords, which we of course changed, and everything's fine. So you might want to think here, they're setting Iran up to say, hey, the Iranians made the first strike because they broke into the computer system of the United States. That's an act of war. They then got the keys and codes to operate those remote controlled vehicles, those drones, and that's the only way they could have done that after it got inside of their area, you know, their border, which is complete nonsense. But anything to make a good story, to make the American citizens pissed off and allow you to go to war. So anyways, that's more important than worrying about a bra or bathing suit 2-piece. Should I do this? Is Pastor Dow going to be offended by my Christmas tree? He already knows there's far too much important crap going on to pay attention to than to worry about that kind of garbage. He stood up next to it, she stood up next to it. I mean, I should have took freaking pictures. Pastor Al, can you do your little flexing thing that you did that one day in church service? in front of my Christmas tree. I want to take some snapshots. I want to put on a video. He probably said, "You want me to hug it? What do you want me to do? Smile?" I mean, he doesn't care. It's not like he's holding on to these little things. And it's not just him that I'm saying this for. It's just other people, or the girl that left him. It's other people that have these same stupid little issues. Are you really worrying about that crap? When your country's about to go down the tubes, it's already in the process, as a matter of fact. You're just not seeing it yet because you're not paying attention. All you have to do is pay attention to certain key indicators, data, and you'll know there's a point of no return. Perfect example. When a country's GDP, gross domestic product, reaches its debt, basically debt to GDP ratio is 100%, that is pretty much the point of no return. In case you're wondering, and I did a video about this about a month ago, and I said another month and a half, the United States will reach that 100% point of no return, debt to GDP ratio. And I'm not happy, but I'll just say I'm happy to announce, because I want this whole thing to collapse so we can get on with the new system that's fair to everybody. But I'm happy to say we're pretty much at that tipping point as I do this video. Within a matter of days, pretty much, sometime in the month of December, we will have been or be at that level of 100% debt to GDP ratio. That absolutely is the point of no return. And because of defense budgeting, or not necessarily defense budgeting, but the budget, deficit budget panel of 12, whatever nonsense, they couldn't come to agreement, so automatic cuts will now take place in December, or of basically January 1st, that year, 2013. So we have a whole nother year of just racking up debt because they couldn't come to an agreement and just letting it all collapse probably around 2013, basically, which coincidentally is the same time frame Lindsey Williams said his elite friends said they want the US dollar to be dead by, so that they can force us, because we'll be begging them, to come out with a new currency. Do something to save my dinner table, please. Which also means, chances are, that's the same time gold and silver will go crazy, price-wise, just skyrocket. Maybe it'll be that time all through the year, maybe into 2014 also, I don't know. But I do know you need to get your silver now, immediately, and if there's a big crash, have that little credit card, whatever you got for a credit card. Keep buying weekly, whatever you need to buy weekly for silver or monthly right now. And then when that big crash comes, if the big crash comes, and I think there will be, with gold and silver included, markets and all, Europe, everything, take that credit card and max it out on silver. Once you probably hear me saying, okay guys, there's no way silver's going to go lower, or I don't think it'll go lower. That could be $15, that could be $10 per ounce. I just don't know yet until I see what's going on when it happens, to give you that nod of approval to go max out your card. So anyways, I'm just gonna leave it at that. There's so many more things we need to be concerned about than this nonsense. So anyways, take care, gotta go.